Here is what drives me crazy. My pantry looks like Aladdin's cave, full of unknown treasures yet to be discovered. The walk-in closet in my study is so clogged with stuff that I can barely squeeze in. Oh, and my library? I got books in there that I swear I'm never going to open. Who reads nowadays? Then there are these two big appliances from my parents' house, both just collecting dust. I've never plugged them in. Stuff is the root of my troubles. I'm practically drowning in it. And there is no time like the spring to embark on a decluttering and a cleaning spree. I just need to find a system for this. Hi lovely people, and welcome to my channel. If you're new to me, my name is Yael Gilboa and this is the Uplifting Lifestyle Vision channel, which is all about embracing aging with fun, boldness and flair. Okay, back to the subject. When I got this place about 4.5 years ago, I fell head over heels with its spaciousness. I mean, after 9 years in a cramped apartment, this place felt like heaven. I'm self-employed and my gigs as a ballet dance instructor and performer, and along with my filmmaking, brought in massive amounts of gear that I needed to store at home. And it was getting very, very crowded. Plus, I've got hobbies galore, from painting to beading to sewing, and I do tend to invest in my hobbies. Thus, slowly but surely, over the years, my house became a storage unit. I'm glad that I don't have to store my paddleboard at home and I store it at the beach. Not to mention my books. After downsizing about 1/3 of my library a few years ago, of which I was very proud, I brought in a few cases of books when we cleared my dad's library. So I finally decided to tackle it all during my spring cleaning for Passover. You know how it is. Every culture has got its own version of the big annual cleanup. Being Jewish just adds an extra layer of frenzy to it. After about 1.5 years, it hit me that some of the stuff that I brought from my parents' place is just clogging my house, cluttering up my space. But back then, saying goodbye to those items was just a bit too much for me. Like saying goodbye to a piece of home. So I set some ground rules for myself. Purposeful living. Getting rid of stuff is of paramount importance. If it doesn't serve a purpose or brings joy, it's out. Like that massive camcorder with its massive tripod that I donated last year. And it was taking up way too much storage place in my closet. It was dated anyway. Now, since I stopped teaching belly dance workshops and I hardly perform anymore, I don't need so many costumes. Really, I have a closet full of belly dance clothes that need to change hands. The sooner, the better. So I need to put down a second-hand belly dance gear bazaar in my day planner. The sooner, the better. I love the philosophy of minimalism, prioritizing quality over quantity and creating space for what truly matters. Now, I've never been a true minimalist, so I think it might take me a while to embrace it. And it's not one of the values that I inherited from my mom. My sister got me into the Japanese concept called tokonoma, where you display beautiful artifacts or flower arrangement in a special room or alcove. She has dedicated a small space in her house to display beautiful artifacts that she owns. She rotates the display every couple of weeks and keeps the rest in storage, out of view. That way she can curate the objects that she wants to show. It's like having a mini art exhibit in your own home. Thus, her living space feels airy and not cluttered with too many objects. I don't rotate my display as often as she does, but when I do, it gives me great pleasure. When I started cleaning and clearing up a few days ago, I decided to rotate the display in the glass cabinet that I brought from my parents' home. I curated a beautiful exhibit of crystal and cut glass, some of which I inherited from my mom. But for some reason, it seemed to me so flashy for these days, so I decided to curate something a little more modest. Gratitude. I'm a fan of Marie Kondo and her decluttering method. When I discovered her a few years ago, I think quite a few years ago, it was a real revelation for me. I got rid of so many things, especially clothes, and then the books, as I was telling earlier. I learned from her to cultivate gratitude for the items that no longer align with my values or my taste, or my goals. Gratitude makes it easier to let them go. Since I changed the order of my clothes in the closet twice a year, making the clothes of the current season easier to reach, I pile the clothes on my bed, look at each item and ask myself, does it spark joy? Thank you, Mary Kondo. If it still does, it stays for another season or another year. And if it doesn't, it goes to the giveaway pile. I then thank each item for serving me and give it away with a light heart. Do you still hang on to that ugly framed picture you got as a gift from your favorite aunt for your 13th birthday? Maybe it never aligned with your taste and your aunt is long gone, yet you still hang on to it. It happens to many of us. If I look at the content of my houseware cabinet, about 90% of the stuff in there was given to me. I never bought it. I hardly ever buy beautiful houseware because my mom and my sister both love buying stuff and giving it away as presents. So I got from them over the years so many things, and I never had to buy any. And not to mention the wine glass set or a few other items that I got as presents from my wedding over 35 years ago. One of the sets, some of the glasses are gone, but it was from my uncle and he passed away recently. And I don't know, I hardly ever use it, but I love them. This is sentimental, absolutely sentimental. So now if I want to release an item, I'd have to let go of the guilt associated with letting go of items given to me with a loving, sincere heart. Now understand that memories and experiences are not necessarily tied to physical objects. Sometimes it's hard to let go. By the way, in recent years, my sisters and I decided that we are not going to give each other physical presents anymore. And the only acceptable thing is a potted plant or an orchid, preferably, but anything which is perishable and does not stay for long. With my friends, we usually invite each other to a music show or a film or a restaurant. Now, with regards to my library, that is a real pain. I come from a family that cherishes books. I collected thousands of books over the years. And as I said, a few years back, I downsized it by a third. That was thanks to Marie Kondo, of course. But when we dismantled my dad's library, I found myself packing a few bookcases and bringing them back with me here. There is a growing pile of books by my bed and in the living room, which is still waiting for me to read them. Sadly, I can hardly concentrate on reading right now, not even in an app. YouTube has become my new library, though it is chock full of junk content and I really have to sift through it to make sure I get good value for my time. So maybe I'll sit and read a real book later. So what is the future vision for my home? I love to have family and friends over for meals, but ever since the pandemic, they rarely come. 15, 25 years ago, I used to host a lot. I think that something has changed culturally. We prefer to go to restaurants together. We don't invite each other for meals. Still, I want my home to be an open house, welcoming to friends and family. I'd love to be able to host lavishly as my mom did. An open house with an open heart. And the question remains, do I need all this stuff? There is one thing I know for sure. If there is one thing that we cannot take with us to the grave, it's our worldly possessions. So when I look at the things that I own now, I have to ask myself, what purpose are they serving now? What purpose will they serve in 10 years' time? So I'm decluttering with that vision in mind, making space for what really matters to me. Who knows, maybe one of these days I'll get around to reading all these books piling in the corner. Okay, so if you've enjoyed this video, please like it and share it with someone also drowning in stuff. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and if you haven't seen this video yet, go ahead and see it now. Bye!